welcome to today's class, and I think this will be the fourth class, and as always I'm so excited to be here with you. And by the way, I just want to say this to encourage you. You guys are doing wonderful, seriously. You people are amazing. The speed, the level of understanding, I like the passion I'm seeing. Seriously, I'm very certain that if you keep this up, you will be an amazing designers in no time. Alright, so I'll just head into today's class. Sorry, yesterday's class was more of we trying to learn one or two things, but then today's class is going to be tax, and then followed by assignment for you guys. So it's going to be a bit entertaining, and as such, please, I would like you to try and follow me carefully, please. This will help us avoid facing challenges and then coming up with I missed this, I didn't get this part, and the rest. Okay, so as always, I will try to make it as simple as I can. Alright, so don't mind my friend here. Thank God our neighbor just off the gen. Alright, so I will head into today's class, and just as always, I have sent by now. I should have sent all the necessary pictures that I will be using for these particular designs. And then for this particular class, we'll start with okay. And all right, so let's see. I will start. So today I'm not going straight into the pixel lab. Instead, we'll be making use of our logo maker for the first time today, although we are not yet learning how to do logos. But then I just want to make use of one logo here, so we'll start from here and then give you an idea of how the app works before we reach logo maker as well, logo designs as well. Alright, so if you were able to install this app called logo maker, then just look for it and open it. You should be able to see this thing. That is the face and default page for the app. So to get started, just tap on create here. All right, as always, if your data is on, you should be seeing all these things. So I'll just tap on close here. But then as always, please remember to subscribe to our page, comment and like as well. You can drop comments on the videos as well, even online. I will attend to them. All right, so now immediately you tap on the create, this is what it will show you. Just template of some logos here. That is, it's under this logo here, and then shapes here, where you use shapes to design your own logo by yourself, and then gallery up here where you import pictures. That is, let's say if you have some few designs or images that you want inside your logo, you use this one. Then background is where you apply the background of your design. Okay, you can do them, place the logo here and the rest etc. All right, so that is it for this one. So I'll now go back to my logos here, and then the last one here is the next one is add text, where you type and then text appear here. And then once you are inside text, you should be able to see three things here: fonts, color and shadow. So color changes the color of the text, while shadow add shadow. Remember how we add shadow in the other app as well. Don't worry, you get familiar with this. When it is time, then you tap this one to save if you are done. All right, so I will just restart again. Close the advert as much as or as fast as you can. So today we'll be working on a business flyer. As such, I will need a logo that signifies fashion a bit. So I'll just scroll on anything that looks fancy. You don't have to choose a particular one I choose. I'm just looking for something that looks beauty, that has to do with beauty designs. So today we'll be designing let's say we have a client and we were asked to, as a graphic designer, you're asked to have design a business advert flyer, and then the business category is makeup salon. Let's start with makeup salon. Don't worry, your assignment will be on different field or category. Alright, so I'm looking for fancy logo. Alright, I think I may. Okay. Thank. Something like this. Are you seeing? Okay, but let me just pick. I think this will do. Or what do you think? Okay, maybe this should do. I'll go with this. Alright, so no. Let me go with this. Don't mind me, please. So I'll just go with this one. Okay. So for now, what I will do, I will just save this. Pick anything and save as well. Like I say, we are not doing logo designs. I just want to make use of anything that look fancy. Alright, so I will go with this. I'll now tap on save. And while saving, it will ask you for three things here: as PNG, as JPEG, as drawing. So if you are saving it as a logo, you always save it as PNG. This way it will go without the background. It will go with the transparent effect as well. So I will type in yes, an advert I'm sure will come up. I'll close it, and then I'll close the particular app. Alright, so the next thing to do is to go back to my pixel lab, but before then, let's see if the design is in my phone. So the name. Alright, so let me show you where it is. Let me enter my gallery, and I will look for the picture where I think it should be inside the folder called logo maker. So I should look for L. Alright, are you seeing it here? This is it here. Are you seeing that it's showing with black background because it's transparent? It doesn't have, the background has no color actually. That's why if I'm out here, you will see it like that. Alright, so the next thing is to do is to open your pixel lab as always. Sometimes if you close your pixel lab without saving your work or appropriately, let's say if you are working and then you accidentally close it, anytime you enter the pixel lab, you should see this pop-up asking you to recover it. Generally, when you do it, open the last design that you were working on. Okay, and I think this was the last thing that I was working on, so I'll just clear it and go back to the default page. Alright, so today it's a social media advert flyer, so I'll be making use of the square paper size. Okay, that is the default square here at the end here. Alright, so the first thing I will do is I will add a shape which will be my background color, and then let me just put it in full place here. Okay, let me just put it in full place. As always, I will increase it to go over so that everything will balance here. The next is to look for color. I think I will be making use of green today. Let me just scroll around and look for green. This should do. I think this will do. Alright, so I will add it, and I have our first, we have our first shape here. So next thing to do, I will advise is you lock up the design here, because it's going to be your background, so we have no need of it appearing here. Alright, so let me move this thing up here. So the next thing to do is, let's get started. Okay, let's get started properly. Please follow me from this point carefully. So the very first thing we are going to add is, we are going to add another rectangle, number 2. Alright, so I will extend it big, and then I will now allow it to cover some of the page here, almost at the center, but then not center exactly. So I will leave it somewhere around here and put down go. The next is to change the color. I will now change the color, tap the color. Once you activate it, it opens red by default. Come in, let me. Okay. So I will now tick on good, but then sorry, this is not the color we are using. I'll go back to it. I'll look for, ladies, what do you call this color? I can't remember the name, but then I will make use of this color. Right, so we'll leave it like this. So the next thing I would like you to do is to give it, is add shadow. There is something I've not shown you in the shadow. If you notice, there is what we call the normal shadow and then the inner shadow. Now let's look at the inner shadow as the first thing we are going to learn, new thing we are going to learn today. So I will touch on the inner shadow here. I will activate it. Are you seeing it? Now the inner shadow, the difference is that the shadow is applied inward. Are you seeing it? So I can reduce the, but it's the same effects on the like the other one. Okay, so are you seeing it? I'll reduce the, alright, so let's leave it 5. Okay, one should do, I think. Alright, so I will lock it as well. That is the rectangle. Good. Alright, so we have it ready. So the next thing to do is that we are going to add another rectangle. Don't get tired of adding it, but then it's the same color. So what I would recommend is you tap this thing, you select this one, and then you tap on this pencil button and then click on the duplicate. It should be here. Alright, so as always, but this one I'm going to reduce the size. I will reduce it again. No, I think something like this should do. Something like this should do. Okay, so I will just go to position here so that I will adjust it the way I want. I will leave it around here. Then I'll just do one thing. I'll unlock this one that I locked here, and then I'll drag it this side a bit. Alright, that's okay. That will do. So I'll lock it back and I'll lock the second one, new one. Alright, so this is what we have so far. They are just rectangles and there are just 3 of them on the layers, and currently all of them are locked. Okay, so keep following me, please. Like I said, we are now doing the major things. They may be longer, the videos may be longer, but then the work is what requires it to be longer now. Alright, so the next thing I will do is to add another rectangle. I said don't get tired of it, but then this time I will add an entirely new one because it's going to be different color. The color is just like the background on. So I will reduce the size to something like this. I will drag it this side a bit, and then I'll extend it not to the ground totally, but then somewhere like this I think should do. Then for the color, I will pick the same color as the main background. Okay, so I will now add shadow, but then not inward, not inner shadow, as in I'll add the main shadow and I'll reduce the radius a bit, and that's all. I won't do anything more. Just stick it and then lock the layer. Alright, so if you are with me to this point, congratulations, you've done well. If you've made a lot of progress. So the next thing we are going to do is just add a rectangle. Is actually just a line that I want, but I will use the shape. Now that's one thing you can use the shape. You can use the shape to draw a line. So what you just do is that I will drag the shape to where exactly I want it, somewhere around here, somewhere around here. So what I will do is that, hey, no problem. What I'll do, I'll just reduce it to this size. Alright, so I'll give it the same color as that other rectangle, that is this. Okay, so this is it. So I will touch it and I'll use the position here. I'll reduce it to 2 or 3 so that it will not be going sideways fast. And I think somewhere like this is okay. Okay, so just keep it like this. So the next thing to do is that I will add another shape. Oh god, today we are working with shapes, Abi. So today I'll just add a normal rectangle shape, but then it will also be the same color as the last color we apply, which is this. Alright, well, let's use this one, the first one, the purple, I don't know the color name, pink, sorry, or they use the brighter one. Alright, so I think it's pink, though I'm not sure why I think it's pink. So from here you can remember the other time I was telling you there are two ways to rotate a shape. It's either you use this slanted cycle, or you just tap on the object options and then you look for rotate. So let me use this one. It's good to follow standard. I will rotate to 90 for perfection. 90 degree. We know the complete rotation is 90, 180, 270, and then 360. Okay, so if you are in good mathematics, you will know that. Okay, so that is it. Then I will resize it. I won't resize it using this place, but rather I will use this one, relative size. I will drag it. Now there's one thing I want you to understand with relative size. Once this thing is enabled, that is maintain ratio, it means you are resizing all side. But if not, if you don't want to resize it in all side, you mark it off it and then you can resize it one side, and so okay. So I want to be resizing everything at once, and then 4 is okay for me. Now use position. I will increase it to 10. I will increase it to 10, move it somewhere around here, and then reduce it to 5, move it down a bit, and this is okay. So I'll now tap here and then duplicate. Okay, I will duplicate them 2 more times. That is to have a total of 4. Alright, so I will start with the first one there. I will just use my movement tool here. Alright, so I will now move it. I will increase this thing to make the move faster. Okay, so I will now tap here, come to the second one, rotate. I think this is okay. I'll now go on to the second one, that is the one that is remaining. I'll use relative position to reduce my work. So this way it is there, and then I will now move it. I'll reduce it to take it out a bit. Alright, so I think I will extend their distance a bit. I want one to be here, and then this one. Okay, the second one should be this, I think. No, this one. This one. So I'll move it down a bit as well. Then I'll now select this one. I'll now move it a bit as well. Alright, so I think this is okay for me. If you are here, then congratulations. So what I will just move everything at once a little bit down. So I'll tap here, tap on the mark option, remember our yesterday's class, and I'll select the 4. And then if you want to move multiple object at once you have the mark here, you don't tap the match now. You tap on this first page paper and pencil icon here. You will see this option. This one is for move. This one is for relative moves. The other one is for rotate, hide, and expand. So I'll use this one. As you are seeing now, the option to move them is now here. You can move them, they are now moving at the same time. Okay, so I will move them to somewhere like this, and I will mark it good, and then you tap here to hide. Okay, if you are at this position, you can lock them as well, including the straight line. So from here you can save your work, save your project as work 3. Should be work 3. All right, congratulations. So I wait for this advert to finish. Okay, it's done. I'll just cancel it. It can be annoying at times. Alright, so we'll continue from where we stopped. So at this point, the next thing we'll be doing is we'll add. So make sure everything is locked here. If your design is as good as mine, we're at the same page. Sorry, forget the part that I said as good. But if you are on the same page with me now, to this extent, just lock it. Now add another shape, rectangle. Okay, so this one will reduce it a bit, something like this. I'll reduce the size a bit. Okay, so something like this should do. Alright, so something like this will do. Then I'll now apply the radius effect a bit to curve it a little bit, so it will look like something like this. Alright, so the next thing to do is I will tap on the object option, and I will change its color as well. So I'll activate the color here, and then I'll look for our color, the pink, but I will add the first one, the lighter one, not the thick one. So I'll add it, and then we are good to go. So let's get started. So the next thing I'll do is I will add a text, services. Okay, I will tap on the text option here, select position, center it, and then let me look for a font. Like I always say, keep your design simple. Fonts are powerful tools. They can either spoil or make your design look exceptional. As such, if you don't know, if you are not good with fonts, I would advise you just use simple fonts. Keep it simple. Simple doesn't do much damage. Okay, allow those that specialize in selecting and usage of fonts to pick any fonts anyhow. Alright, so let me try another color of the text to see if either black or white. Okay, I think black will do much better. Alright, let me even try the main color for today, but then I think I'll go with black for now. Let's leave it like this. I'll reduce the size to 30. Okay, so I will change the text to capital letter, everything, services. Okay, so on that note, I'll reduce it to 25. Next, the next thing to do is I will reduce it down, center a little bit. Alright, so we have this for now. And maybe let's touch it. Let me go to style. I told you that you can further format fonts by going to style, bold to make it bolder, height to rotate it, Italy, And then I think I'll just leave it bold for now. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we are at this point. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add the name of the business. But then let's add that logo. I'll go to add from gallery image. That is the logo that we exported from that logo maker. I'll go to recent files here and see it here. Okay, that is it here. I'll just reduce it here precisely. Sorry. Okay, I'll give it good here and I'll reduce it down a bit. Let me reduce it. Okay. So should be also here. Alright, sorry for that distraction a bit. So I'll just keep the logo here. Like leave her inside. Okay, so let me try giving it another color. I'll give it white. Alright, I'll give it white. Alright, so don't get confused, just in case. This is how it is than the color, and as you can see the color is not too obvious here. But then Pixel Lab, one of the cool thing about Pixel Lab is that it allows you to modify color of an object, but then the problem is that it applies the color completely. Okay, so what I will do is that I will tap color while on object here. I'll go to gradient so that it won't be one color. I'll just look for white related. This is okay for me, but this one is more okay. Yes, I think this will do more, but no, I'll go with this white one and I'll leave it. Okay, so just tap on more option here, tap on the logo and then duplicate it and leave this one at the top as well. Just adjust it to center somewhere like this. Okay, so we'll leave them, these two, like this. They are okay for now. So the next thing to do is we're working with the images we imported. So I will go on add images. Let me look for one of the images, an image to start with. I'll go with this one to see if it will do. So let me see if this one will do the trick for me. Alright, so I'll just reduce it, the size, something like this. And something like this will do for me. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll move this one down. I'll reduce it a bit. Okay, I will move this one aside, and then I'll now move this one to somewhere around here. In fact, let me even move it this side a bit, and then I'll now move my text there. I'll go to text option, size, and reduce it to somewhere like 20 will do. Okay, so I'll go to 20, I'll move it center and adjust it and leave it there for now. Alright, so let me do a little editing on my picture here. So I'll tap on the picture, go back to object here, crop. Let me just extend the side a little bit. Alright, I'll add it more like this so that it will be something like this. Mind my brain. Alright, so this will do it, and I'll have it lock. Kai, keep it down. Alright, so I have it locked. Sorry about the distraction, children. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, but then let me edit this one more a bit. I think it's too to the edge. I'll just drag it in a bit, in a bit. Okay, so I'll now add text, and the text will be me J. Let's say we are using me J makeup. So I'll go to text here and I'll go for color, and I will pick our color as usual. Okay, so I'll go to font. I'll go to font and I'll look for a big font. No, so I will not do. This is too fancy. Me J. Let me try this one. Sorry. So let me just increase the sizing. Okay, so I'll just move it a bit. Alright, so let me reduce this one a bit. So I'll move midget to somewhere around here. And then I'll use the option for spacing. I'll increase the spacing somewhere like this, 12. Alright, so I'll now add another text. Sorry. So I'll just type on beauty. I'll just type on beauty, and then for the font, I will select one of my favorite fonts. Let me go with this one, beauty. Alright, so let me go to style to see if I can add a hand. Alright, so I will change the color. Let me see. Let me try Y. And then the next is to move it up. And then I want to keep it somewhere around here. So I'll reduce the size to like 25. 25 should do the trick. And then I will increase the spacing. This should do the trick. Alright, so for the service, let me move it down a bit. The same thing for the shape here, let me move it down a bit. Okay, that way I can move the beauty down a little bit, and I can move. Okay, let me move this one a little bit down more, and then I can move the MJ as well. Alright, so we have something like this. Now your own can look better than me. So the next thing to do is to add the services. So I'll go to text here. I'll just give it white color for the services as well. White color. The size should be 25. I think no, 20 will do. Okay, styles should be bold. And then which services is offered for makeup? Let's try to think. Let me try to think. I think there is wedding makeup, so I'll go with wedding. I'll go with normal makeup. I'll go with eyelashes. I think there is something like this. I'll now go with, and I think there is something called manicure. Then don't mind me, I browse and research on them a bit. Then eyebrow. Without browsing, you will know what all these ladies like. Okay, eyebrow shaping. Let me leave it in, and then let's just leave it as much more. Alright, so we have something like this. Okay, so let me reduce the size a little bit. I think it's too much. 18 should do. Okay, so I'll leave it at 18. I'll drag it this way a bit. Okay, let me leave it this way a bit so that I can drag the services this way a bit. Okay, so just follow me and then we are good to go. All right, so if you reach this place, you've gone far. Congratulations. Just be patient. Like I say, this now the videos will be longer most of times. All right, so that is it for this part. So the next things don't worry, we are almost done. So the next thing we will do is to do a little add up here. All right, so we'll be using the other images now. So I'll go to gallery, add here, and I'll now go to shapes. Let me start with this beautiful damsel here. So I'll just select anyone here and then unlock it. Let me just reduce it a bit. We are dealing with the makeup, there is no need for the extra things. Alright, so let's say I have this, I'll resize it a bit. I'll go to edit it, then reduce this side a bit. Okay, so I'll now adjust it. Alright, so that is for that. Let me go to that is for that, it will do. Okay, so I'll now move to the other one, add another image. Which one am I going next? I think I said something about. Okay, let me go with this one. Alright, so please forgive me, don't post them anyhow. Some of them are pictures of people. So I'll go with this one. Okay, all of them are pictures of people. So minimizing on what I just said. Alright, so I'll make sure they're the same sizing so that it looks carefully and well organized. So I'll reduce it down here, and I think we are almost there. I think so. Alright, let me move this one up. I'll move this up. Okay, I think that's that. I'll now go for we'll have to adjust this thing again, but for now let's add the pictures. Let me add 2 more. Let me pick this beautiful lady. Please, doesn't have to be this particular pictures, but then I just send them because but then this is not part of our training. But then personally, I would recommend, if you are doing a makeup, any business flyer, remember to make use of appropriate images. Okay, so if it is for makeup, make sure that the images there almost represent the services there. So I'll just reduce them a bit so that I'll create space for one more. Carefully, you have to be gentle with this. Alright, so I think we have space for one more. So I'll now add the last one. I think I saw a beautiful lady, I would like her to be here. All right, so I think this one is her. Okay, let me reduce her. All these beautiful ladies. All right, so let me start adjusting them. Move this one up a bit. I'll move is being precise and excellent is good, so please don't just arrange things casually. Make sure they are in order. It talks of how excellent your work is. Don't do them randomly or casually. Make sure everything is arranged well. So now I'll unlock these shapes so that I'll adjust them. I'll unlock them. I'll start with this one. The first one, I will now move it up to be like center of it here, and then I'll go for the next one. Okay, even though they are different position, I'll move them here. I'll now go for the next one. I'll now go for the final one. Let me tap it there. Let me bring it inside a bit, and then I'll move it up a bit. All right, I think that is it. So we're almost done. The next thing we are going to do is, we have everything, almost all the details here. The next thing is that we should have at least a contact and then an address of the business. So now we'll make use of the icons I gave you people. So go to add, go to storage, look for the folder icons that you extracted the other times. All right, for those saying that they've not seen the use so far, this is it. We are beginning to make use of the other apps and then the icons as well. So look for the folder of your icon. All right, so look for it. I think I'm more like you. Forgive me, I do a lot of work. As such, I may not even know where I drop my icon folder here. All right, regardless, what I'll just do is I will use gallery. It's easier for me to find it. Look gallery for gallery. I think I should be able to see a folder icon. So what I will be looking for in this particular, like my own is not showing complete icons here. Alright, it's called PNG rather in my own gallery here. So I will just pick on a telephone. It will bring this place. I will just leave it as good. Then before then, I will now lock everything, these images, so that I don't accidentally move them. Lock everything here, the services, this one, these ones as well. Okay, all right, so I have them locked here. So the next thing, I will reduce the size of it. If you make a mistake, just go back this side. So we have it here, but before I make any other changes, I'll just change the color. I'll change it. Okay, I'll leave it on black for now. Let's reduce the size to something small. Okay, then move it. So I'll now move it down. I'll move it down here. So I'll just pick it here for the contact address. Okay, so I could reduce it to 3. Alright, so I will reduce it. So the next thing is to add next thing I'll do is to add a text. That is the phone number. Sorry, the children are back from school. So I'll now let me add our official contact address. I think it's 881087. Alright, so I will now go to text font. The color, I will make sure it is black so that it will be readable. The size, I will reduce it to something like this. So I will reduce the sex. I think there should be plus here. Alright, so just add it here, and I'll go to style and I'll make it bold. But then if it is bold, I will have to reduce the size again. Let me just leave this size at 20. Alright, so this should do for now. Alright, so the next thing I think we should have is there should be an address of the shop. So I'll double click, come here and make sure the text color is white. Okay, so address, I don't have any location in particular, so what I'll just do is let me just use something roughly. Let me just say shop number 5, City Plaza, Abuja. Okay, let me just use my current address, although it's not the current. Then for this one, I will remove the bold here. Now this is how you cancel bold, effect and Italian on the line. Please pay attention. This is how you press this T with the cancel here, and it remove everything here. Then I will change font for it. I will go to font that will allow me utilize space. I will use this one, and then I will reduce the size to 8. Okay, 18 is good. Alright, so I'll just leave it there. So the next thing I will do is I will just add a location icon. Okay, so I'll go to my gallery and look for where my PNG or icons are. That is, I've already sent the folder for you people. So it is here. There should be a location icon here. There should be a location icon here. There should be a location. Look for it closely. Alright, see it here. I will change the color to white. Okay, I'll change the color to white, and then I'll reduce the size. Okay, so I'll use relative things to allow me move easy. Alright, so I think this is much closer. So but then I'll have to reduce the size again. Let's say 3 should do. Stand around. Alright, so we have this for now. But then I just noticed something. I'll just move everything here a little bit up so that I will have much more space. So I'll go to this place. I'll unlock these ones. I think this should be left. And then to unlock this one, I'll now move it up a bit. Okay, so the next thing to do is to move the images up. So I'll unlock the 4 images, and then as well as these 4 symbols here. So I'll mark them and move them up at once. Just them, the images and the symbols there. I will tap on here and the move. I'll now move them up simultaneously, and then we are good to go. Now I have space that I can move my text a little bit up, and then my icon here, I can adjust it a little bit. Okay, alright, and then that is it. I will save my work again. I will use the same name, work 3, to update it. This is how you update saving here. Alright, and then the adverts as usual, so I'll cancel it. Let me just change this text color to the pink as well. No, I think we should maintain the white. Alright, so this is it, and you are done. And we are done for this particular video. I was thinking of us doing 2 works, but then I think we will stop for today. We'll just do this flyer, given that this video took longer than I was expecting. So to reduce work, maybe we'll just leave this one as what we'll be doing for today. Let me see if you people are getting it from here. Then maybe tomorrow's class will begin with the business card, and then one other thing as well. That one won't take as much time as this, so we'll join that one with another thing. Okay, so that's all we'll be doing for today. This is your class activity task for today, so please, I will be expecting it in the group. Okay, so I will be expecting it in the group. This particular work of yours, I will be expecting it in the group. And thank you for your time, and please just keep on the passion and the passion for it. Just don't get tired, keep attempting it, even though it looks tiring and stressing at times, but just keep at it. Alright, so that will be all we'll be doing for today. I will be sending your assignment shortly. Okay, I'll be sending your assignment before I round up the class. Our assignment and this is our very first assignment. Please, we are to submit it before tomorrow's class, which is 7 p.m. as well. So we are to submit it before tomorrow's class, 7 p.m. So I'll be expecting 2 things. This one I will be expecting today after our class when you are done, and then our assignment I'll be expecting between today and tomorrow before our next class as well. And then for that assignment, this will be our second task as well. We will still be shortlisting the first 5, and then people will vote for the best 3, top 3 among them. Okay, so I just realized that I forgot to move this other side up, so I'll unlock it as well, and then unlock the services and this and the text here. So I'll mark them and shift them up. Lizzie, what are you doing? This is this. Lizzie, what are you doing? Sorry for that. This and this, and this, and then I will now move it up. Okay, I think that will do. Alright, so like I was saying, your assignment will be your second task. We'll have winners as well. Okay, thank you for today. Kai! Shh. Remember to subscribe to our page, and then I will be expecting your work.